The Urbandale Food Pantry is very important, and I think there's always this association that the Urbandale Food Pantry is for Urbandale families only. Actually, we are a border-free food pantry, so we will serve anybody who needs access to food. And in 2020, we actually served families from 67 different zip codes. You know, we serve such a wide variety of families from different backgrounds, different ages, different socioeconomic statuses. We always want to make sure that we have vital components available to our families. Over the past year and a half, as everybody's kind of navigated the pandemic and we're starting to hopefully see the light at the end of the tunnel, things have kind of shifted a little bit into the sense of food insecurity. I believe has come to the forefront of a lot of people's minds, and how can we help and how can we make sure that people have access to food. The last year was such a unique time frame for so many, because people had to make decisions on, do I continue to work or do I stay home and watch over my kids now because we have virtual school? We saw a lot of families that were moving out and staying with family so one can watch kids while one goes to work. We saw a large impact on a lot of the families that we serve. It kind of exacerbated the need, and it also increased the number of limited income families. And so our numbers in families that were accessing food kind of increased, and the ebb and flow of that. We saw so many brand new families that had never utilized a pantry before, and we welcomed them almost every single day, probably anywhere from 60 to 70 brand new families every single month that were checking into the pantry. And so seeing those numbers just, reiterated how important it is to have food pantries in the area and making sure that, families can have access to them.